The Washington Redskins go on the road to face division rival Philadelphia this week. The Eagles a 6.5-point favorite on BETDAQ. 50.5 is the total in this game. Eagles off to a good start this season. They've won both of their games. They lead the NFL in total offense. So Chip Kelly's attack has been very effective ever since the first half of their first game. You remember the first half of their Week 1 matchup against Jacksonville, the Eagles were shut out. But in the last 6 quarters, they have scored 64 points. So they really have it rolling now, and they look improved on defense as well. Now, we know it's early, only 2 weeks into the season, so it remains to be seen what that defense is going to look like in a few weeks. But as of now, the Eagles seem to have a great offense and a pretty good defense as well. Now, the Washington Redskins actually lead the NFL in total defense, so they've played very well on that side of the ball. Now, they've faced 2 offensively challenged teams in Houston and Jacksonville, Redskins splitting those games. Redskins going to be without their starting quarterback in this game. RG3 went out with a dislocated ankle last week. And a lot of Washington fans think that might be a blessing in disguise. The Griffin-led Redskins offense produced only 6 points in a Week 1 loss to Houston. They looked really, really bad in that game. But Griffin was hurt in the first quarter last week. Kirk Cousins comes in, and lo and behold, Redskins ring up 41 points. Now, that was against the lowly Jacksonville Jaguars. So, again, remains to be seen whether or not the Kirk Cousins Washington offense really is better than the Robert Griffin-led Washington offense, but they certainly were last week. I think last week's performance creates a little bit of value here on the other side, on the Philadelphia side. I watched Washington's Week 1 game against Houston, was not impressed at all. Watched a lot of their game last week against Jacksonville until it just got absolutely out of hand. You know, the Jags are just so bad, and both of these teams have faced the Jags this season, and the Jags are just so bad, really on both sides of the ball. It's tough to take a game against the Jaguars and really determine what that means going forward. So I think people look at that 41-10 result the Redskins had last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they might think this Washington team is a little bit better than they actually are. We've seen this Washington defense over the past few years. No huge personnel changes. I'm not saying they're not improved this season. I am saying they're definitely not the best defense in the NFL, and I think that's going to be laid bare for the world to see on Sunday when they go up against this Philadelphia Eagles offense. Don't think the Eagles are going to have any trouble moving the ball in this game. And while I do expect the Washington offense to have some success as well, after all, we do have a high total here, 50.5, so we do expect some points in this game. I don't think the Redskins are going to be able to keep up. I do like Philadelphia to win this game and cover the 6.5.